Welcome to HP Unplugged Frontliners. This series is an exclusive ticket in uncovering the stories of our officers posted across the length and breadth of our country. These officers are our real heroes powering nation's progress. Today, we are in the beautiful coastal city of Mangalore, where LPG team of HPCL is writing history by creating a project of epic proportions. Right here in Mangalore underground, Hindustan Petroleum Corporation Limited is making the largest LPG storage facility of India. I am Kirti Vardhan Rathore, Assistant Manager, PRCC. It's an honor to bring you this episode of HP Unplugged Frontliners, where we dive in deep with the team of Mangalore LPG cavern facility. So let's dive in. After covering the grounds of HRRL, Jammu and Kashmir and Leh, today we are standing 100 meters below the sea level to give you coverage directly from the Mangalore LPG cavern facility. To help us with the coverage and get to know more about this facility, we have with us Mr. Amandeep Singh, Senior Projects Officer of this project. So, hi Amandeep, how are you?
I'm doing good, Kirti. How are you?
I'm good too. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for hosting us here.
Yeah, you are welcome. So I would like to thank HPCL for giving me this opportunity to work on such a large scale project. And secondly, I would like to thank PRCC for allowing us to showcase our efforts of my team and myself on throughout the length and breadth of the country.
Thank you so much for acknowledging our existence, Aman. So now, before we begin, can you tell something about yourself, like your background, what have you done so far?
So I have done my Bachelor of Engineering in Civil Engineering from Government Engineering College, Indore, GSITS. And from there, I got selected in a private MNC construction. I worked there for 4 years, and then I worked in another company for 2 years. After that, I got the opportunity to join HPCL through experienced professional batch, and I landed in such a critical project here.
So like we keep talking about the criticality of project. You have also mentioned that it is a critical project, massive project. So can you tell us in brief what it is about, what are the dimensions, what is the scale of this?
So basically the storage capacity that we have created inside rock is 80,000 metric tons.
Okay.
So that is equivalent to, if you have seen the tank trucks
yes.
roaming around the roads, those are basically 20 metric tons. So almost 4,500 of those trucks can be unloaded in this storage facility. So such is the volume of the storage that we have created here in Mangalore.
LPG storage?
LPG storage, yes.
And like what have you done? How much rock have you excavated?
So in total, the total rock excavation that we have completed is 3 lakh cubic meters. And almost 72,000 cubic meters of soil we have excavation before entering the rock tunnels.
Okay.
And coming to the design principle of this underground storage, the conventional storage, that are the above ground storage for storing LPG, those are metallic vessels. So basically the vapor pressure and the pressure given by LPG is counterbalanced by the metallic vessels. But here as such in cavern, you don't have any vessel. Here the LPG is directly stored in the cavity that you have created in the rock, and the counterbalance pressure that is required to contain the LPG, that is gained through the water table.
Okay.
So basically for every 10 meters of depth that you go, you get 1 kg of water table.
Okay.
So since during the study that we have gone that the rock temperature will be around 31 degrees, so the vapor pressure that LPG will be exhibiting will be around 8 kgs.
Okay.
So minimum 80 meters our storage capacity has to be below the mean sea level in order to counter the LPG pressure. So considering the other factor of safety and the shape factor of the tunnels, the top depth of our crown of the LPG storage is -120.
Okay.
So that will give you almost 12 kgs of pressure against the LPG pressure of 8 kgs. Hence there is no chance of LPG leaking out from our storage.
So like what is the bottommost point?
So the bottommost point of the storage is -156 MSL.
Okay.
That is at the shaft. And the bottom invert of our cavern is -141. So all the LPG stored in the cavern, it will be draining down into the sump where all the submersible pumps will be there, and it will be taken out. Import export through the shaft, vertical shaft.
Okay. So like ठीक है, मतलब बहुत मेहनत की हमने. We researched a lot, went through the depths of the Mother Earth.
Yes.
Q. What is the use of this storage facility? How it will be helpful to us?
See, considering the growing demand of LPG, and especially the Ujjwala Yojana that has taken, it is a boom for the LPG industry. And through that Yojana, we are providing clean cooking fuel to our households in the remote areas. So considering that upsurge in the LPG demands, the storage of the LPG was asking to be increased. It was like the continuous demand to increase the LPG storage capacity. Currently, the storage capacity of the Mangalore import facility is 25,200.
Okay.
And after every almost 2 to 3 days, you need to import it because the demand is such that the whatever LPG you are getting, it is getting used up in 2 to 3 days. So it was required to have a buffer storage over here, which will increase in case of some fluctuations from the import facility from the other countries. It will act as a buffer. So after the completion of cavern, after the construction of cavern, the total storage of this location will be over 1 lakh metric ton.
That is like triple.
Yes.
More than triple of whatever we have.
So it will act as a buffer, and that will provide us, it will be helping us to even go through that any unforeseen circumstance that we get due to stoppage in the import from the outside.
For a rough patch as well.
Yes.
So like we are strategically also closer to the Mangalore port.
Since this location is a very strategic location, it is near to the port. So it is a very economical to get a pipeline to that and store LPG in the cavern.
And from here we'll be, I believe we'll be also be able to feed it to the pipeline.
Yes. So basically we'll be from the cavern storage, we'll be feeding to the two sources. One is to the Mangalore LPG import facility, from where the LPG is distributed throughout the southern India in form of tank trucks, tank wagons and bottling plant. And the other source is that Mangalore-Hyderabad pipeline. So from right up to the Mangalore, you will be able to send the LPG up to the Hyderabad.
Oh.
So that is in itself a great feat.
I guess you guys are working so hard to make lives of our other frontliners a bit easier.
Yes.
So while you are making their lives easier, what made your lives hard? What were the challenges that you faced over the course of this project? So, I guess it started in 2021?
Yes, it started in April 2021. Although the location was finalized after intense geological studies and initial investigations, but always in such projects where geology is there unseen challenges will always be there. So similarly here also we encountered multiple challenges initially in the soil excavation, that is called the portal, where the point from where you enter the tunnel. So almost we had around 10 to 15 meters of soil cover. So we had to excavate that, open excavation was done, and we have to reach up to the rock level. So during that excavation, one of the side slope got slipped.
Oh.
So that almost holded our work for some time, and then redesigning was done, and then we got the special bolts that are used in the landslide prone area in the Himalayas. So special SDA bolts were used, and that were directly locked into the rock, and we again did the bench excavation, did the extra support and entered the tunnel. So after entering the rock tunnel, then also we faced some challenges that was given to us by the Mother Earth in the form of shear zones. So we encountered shear zones at two major locations. One was the upper water curtain tunnel and one was the access tunnel. In access tunnel, through additional support in the form of lattice girders and 4 pulling, we were able to cover that 6 meter of shear zones easily. But at a location in the upper water curtain tunnel, it was very difficult to tackle the shear zone. It was almost unavoidable. So we had to redesign our tunnel route, change the slope of the tunnel, and actually redesign our support to reach up to the target point, and that was we were able to do very efficiently.
Oh,
yes.
That sounds great. So like when the slope slipped and when you were like encountering the shear zones, I really believe you guys were safe and sound and everything was done.
Actually,
utmost safety.
In such critical projects, safety is of paramount importance. So whatever work you are doing, you have to always keep thinking about, as my boss Ramna sir tell, what can go wrong. So whatever activity, whether it is a small activity or your major work you are starting, you have to keep thinking like what can go wrong.
Okay.
So along with my teammates, along with my safety officer Shonz and Sanket, we always used to think like that, to think in an activity what can go wrong. So we have safely completed the excavation, we have safely done the shaft plug, and right now we are doing the piping work. And coming to the in detail part of the safety, my teammate Shonz will tell you in detail what all ideas we have implemented, which have helped us in safely completing the excavation and the other jobs.
I guess like before I move on and talk to Shonz, like there is one thing that I would really like to know while we are coming to in. So I just had a random question to ask you. Why is this tunnel like going round and round when you could have dug like directly into the shaft, directly dig the shaft into the storage?
So like I told you that to counterbalance the vapor pressure of LPG, there is a certain depth that you have to go. So in our case, it was 120 meters. Now there comes only two options. Either you can create a vertical shaft and to reach up to that depth, and the other one is the access tunnel that we have provided over here. The idea is that two factors that govern which options have to be taken. One is the space, and the second one is the time taking, which option is taking your more time, which is consuming more time, which is more tiring. So in vertical shaft, all the excavation, like I told you, 3 lakh cubic meters, it has to be done to a vertical shaft. All the muck, 3 lakh cubic meters, it has to be taken out in buckets, which are of size almost 0.5 to 1 cubic meter. So as it sounds only, you can see from the buckets of 0.5 to 1 cubic meter, 3 lakh cubic meter has to be taken out, taken up to a depth of almost 150 meters. It is a risky job. There are a lot of challenges considering the safety factors, and it is a time-taking method. Whereas in access tunnel, your dumpers of capacity almost 8 cubic meters, it can reach up to your storage point, it can load it, and multiple dumpers can run at the same time. So it is time-saving, and also a relative study is done in vertical shaft and access tunnel, considering both parameters, time also and the money we are putting in. The access tunnel comes out to be economical parameter, provided that you need to have that kind of space, because access tunnel, there is a basic slope that we have to provide. So space is a constraint. So if there is a space constraint, then you have to go for the vertical shaft only. But if you have space, then you can go for access tunnel. It will be time saving, and it will save you a lot of money.
Oh, that's
yes.
Plus, it is safe as well.
Yes, it is very safe. Yes.
So now I guess I can go to Shonz and
he'll tell you in detail what all safety parameters we have increased and what all ideas we have implemented.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Amandeep.
Thank you for coming.
At HPCL, safety always comes first. So now we have with us Mr. Shonz, who's manager projects at Mangalore LPG cavern facility. So, hi Shonz.
Hello.
How are you?
We're doing good.
So, would you like to tell us something about yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I have graduated from College of Engineering Trivandrum with an instrumentation engineering. So, further I have joined MLIF as a maintenance officer there, and later I have got a big opportunity to work in a cavern project. So, in this project, actually, I am looking after electrical and instrumentation work. In addition to that, safety is also in my portfolio. So, the main challenge for this project was, it's the first time HPCL is doing by itself, and that technical advantage is always there. In addition, I am always thankful for HPCL to give me this opportunity, and for PRCC to come to our site to have a view of our activities, day-to-day activities, and some insight can be given to the outsiders where what is actually we are doing here.
So how do you feel the transition from being an electrical engineer to handling safety at such a massive location has been for you?
Yeah, it's actually a big transition. But in addition to that, since I have worked in MLIF, that operation and maintenance experience, that actually gives an edge over when I am coming to the project. Because we have already seen how the execution front is working. So when coming to the project site with an experience of an execution front, so that helps you predict the things, what can go wrong in an area, so how we can overcome the challenges there. So that advantage is I'm always having here.
So basically it makes you more empathetic towards the operations guys.
You could say that, because ultimately whatever we are making, we are going to hand over to the operation guy. So the system should be working there finally. So I could make out some changes there, which I felt it will be necessary in the operating phase. And
so
safety wise, I'm doing
one line, if I can say, safety is there to empower, not to burden them.
Sure, that's true.
And now in this location, what were the specific challenges that you faced regarding safety, and how did you overcome them?
Yes, because one major challenge was to carry out the excavation, because we are doing the excavation at a depth of the Mother Earth, and one major challenge is the blasting operation. because we are doing the round the clock blasting operation to remove the rock mass. So the challenge is we are using the explosives for the blasting purpose. So the handling of explosives, that is one biggest challenge we encountered during that project phase. And for the system, actually we implemented one small system, but very innovative and very user friendly for the peoples here. So we put the ground rules, what are required to be done for a safe blasting operation, like the clearance of manpower from the face and other safety checks before the blasting operation. And that everything is done and that is put into a WhatsApp call group, so that what are the people who is handling the activity, that since the activity is going on around the clock, with the people spread around almost 100-200 meters apart, because the activity is happening in multiple areas. So this thing actually brought down a single point control, because final the clearance for blasting will be done by the safety in charge. So before that we will be able to assess if the activity is done as per the safe practices or not. And with this, actually we will able to safely complete the entire blasting activity. I would always like to add here, we almost handled 500 tons of explosives for this massive rock excavation. So it's a big achievement for our team as well, safely handling this big quantity of explosive without any safety incident.
Great, like 500 metric tons of explosive, it's huge.
Yeah.
And apart from that, this is the first time HPCL is handling a very indigenous cavern project. We have another one in Vizag, but it is as a joint venture with another company.
Yes, right.
So how was that? How does that look like? Like first time handling an indigenous project?
Yes, it's actually the scheme is entirely different. So here the one advantage we got here was all our seniors and expert people in this field. So we are lucky to have our main boss for the site, Mr. Raman sir. He's actually worked in the Vizag cavern itself. So he's having the practical experience from the site. So that actually brings a lot of changes to the table, the discussion table, when we're discussing about all the challenges what we are going to do or any critical issues, safety hazards, because he already seen all those activities. So that actually adds to more changes in the system, so that we proactively act for any safety changes, so that entire thing can be brought down to a proper working system.
So like apart from that, was there something, a new intervention that you were able to bring in over here which is not seen at other locations, or some very specific challenge that you faced?
I would really love to add one thing to that, because one major challenge in the initial stage of the project that we faced was the headcount of the people working here. Because we are entering to a confined area, as you can see inside the tunnel, you are entering to a tunnel area. So it should be always be ensured before every blast or any critical activity, the people are accounted for, how many people are there, from which department they are there, everything is there. So the challenge was, initially we started with a biometric system, but since the harsh working conditions, the people fingerprints were not able to sense.
Oh,
that's a big challenge they faced that time.
So while going out,
we cannot punch because since the water ingression is there, the fingerprints are not able to sense by the reader.
Okay.
Then we actually came out with a in-house solution. So myself and some colleagues has developed it. So in this actually we put some basic QR codes, simple QR codes for the ID cards as well as for the vehicles. So in the entry time, the QR codes will be scanned by the security person, which will be giving a total picture of how many persons are inside, and that work is carried out safely. The tracking of manpower is we ensured safely there. That's a very cost-effective solution, but simple but effective.
So like, I think this runs in HPCL, like you are able to use this WhatsApp group for safety tracking, and also do this in-house. So one thing, while I was coming from the main gate to our location, I saw there are other facilities that we have.
Right.
We have our pipeline that runs down till Hyderabad from here, and another we have MLIF, Mangalore LPG import facility. So with such huge facilities running through and through in close vicinity of us, of this cavern, how are you able to do that controlled blasting?
That's actually, I will always lay the credits for our team, site teams, because all the safety teams and execution team from the contractor side as well as the PMC and from our side with the guidance of our respected Murthy sir. So we are actually able to put a system that is not having any flow in there, because during the peak blasting hours we actually done the blasting beneath the LPG storage spheres.
Oh,
without any hindrance to that. So
no shutdowns?
No shutdowns. No shutdowns were taken.
That is commendable.
We actually coordinated effectively with the parties, the stakeholders here, MLIF as well as MDS, and we done a controlled blasting there with the minimal vibrations. So we had a blasting expert also on the site. So he had designed the blast such a way that the blasting vibration will be minimal. With all these safety precautions in the site, I will proud to say that we achieved a safe maneuvers of 4 million without an LTA, without any lost time incident. 4 million safe maneuvers we crossed, and we are still continuing to thrive it further.
With no stoppages.
No stoppages, of course, no stoppages.
Congratulations to you and your team.
Thank you.
So, like, it is commendable that you achieved 4 million man hours and with no stoppages. That is, congratulations to you and your team.
Thank you.
Now, I would like to know which was the most critical issue that you faced, like critical in terms of operations, critical in terms of execution.
Yeah.
Which was that?
Yes,
particular?
because even though everything comes critical in the site, because you know every day is a new day here, every day is a new challenge that flows to us to handle. So with the team spirit, we are able to tackle that. But when I am saying most critical and most vulnerable area was the shaft works, because we are actually making a vertical shaft for a depth of minus 160 meters from the top level, 160 meters, that to a dia of 8.5. That actually comes to very limited space. So people to work and to ensure the safety, and people are working under the suspended load, so that the manpower movement, everything was done with the use of chain, the pulley and the bucket system. Okay. So people were brought up and brought down with the bucket system. And my colleague Mr. Sanket would be able to throw more light on this topic, because he was directly handling the shaft operations from the execution side. As well as from safety, I was coordinating with him for the safe execution.
I really think we need more light, because we are 160 meters
right.
below the level.
You can add that.
Thank you so much, Shonz. Now we would like to talk to Sanket about it.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for the time.
Thank you. Finally, we are in the third leg of exploring the cavern site, and now we'll be talking to Mr. Sanket Devidas Dhas, who's the project engineer at the site. Hi Sanket, how are you?
I'm fine, Kirti. How are you?
I'm good too. Thank you so much for hosting us. So, like, to begin with, can you introduce us, tell us a bit about yourself, what are you handling and what is your background?
Yeah, thank you, Kirti. And basically, I'm Sanket. I'm 2015 batch mechanical engineering pass out. After passing out, I was working in MNC company as a consultant in design, and then I moved to HPCL in experience batch. After that, I landed to this project in the first. So I'm since its inception, I am here in this project. We have commissioned successfully. Means I was there from the phase the pipeline was there, that 20-inch pipeline which we have laid from coastal terminal to the Mangalore LPG import facility, and from there then excavation of cavern started, and then I started handling operation shaft excavation and all the above ground mechanical works I'm handling currently, and we are almost in the final phase of the mechanical works. So that's I'm handling at site.
So can you tell us a bit more about the shaft?
So shaft is basically a vertical tunnel in a layman's language, and it is of a 6.5 meter dia, and this tunnel is simple vertical tunnel, but it is of depth minus 160 from the mean sea level basically.
Okay.
So we are working at minus 160 meters below the mean sea level, and we have successfully completed that tunnel, and currently we are in the pipeline phase which we are currently executing.
So if I didn't hear it wrong, minus 160 meters from the mean sea level.
Right.
So that must be difficult, right?
Yeah, that was difficult, and that was challenging as well, because in a regular tunnel or a regular horizontal tunnel or inclined tunnel, you have the sufficient space. If something happens, the people can come out. Here there is only 6.5 meter dia, and only one winch and winder system is there, with the help of which the people are coming out and going in. So there is a space constraint, first of all. Second thing is, there is a continuous water seepage, which basically is required for the cavern, but during the excavation phase it has a huge impact on our working, because continuously you are standing in the rain and working. So that is a very difficult task for our team to excavate this cavern, but with the help of teamwork and with the help of teamwork, we could successfully
achieve this excavation of minus 160 meters.
So currently you are in the final phases of this cavern project.
Right.
So as a layman, if I ask you, what are your plans of sealing the tunnel from all the openings that there are?
So basically we have a vertical tunnel called shaft, and there is a inclined tunnel called as access tunnel.
Okay.
So both of these tunnels are having a plug. The shaft plug is 6 meter height, and that we have casted already. And in tunnel we have a 5 meter thick concrete plug which is under casting currently. So these are the means by which we are sealing the cavern finally, and there is no chance that the product can come out from there. So after this completion of all these works, only the operation shaft will be the means by which the product will be going in and coming out. But during the excavation phase, it has caused us tremendous challenges, because there is a headgear system called in mining industry basically it is used. So with the help of a bucket pulley, we used to come out and go in there. Then there is the machines which we need to send in for the excavation, for the blasting purpose, for the rock bolting, for the grouting. All those machines have to travel through this winch and pulley system, and the people are already working there. So safety wise, it was the most critical part of this project. But with the help of team and personally also, I used to go there and check each and every pulleys and mechanical systems during that excavation phase, so that there is zero casualty, there is no loss of time, and there is no gaps. Basically what our boss calls, just find out the gap and close them, so that the project will automatically move forward. So that is basic funda.
So like in the morning itself when I was talking to sir, so one thing that hit me was just close the gaps, don't rush the process.
Right.
I see like how important that was towards the whole process. So like moving on, how the operation and maintenance of this project when it is finally commissioned will be different from regular storage, like we have mounds and we have spares. So how it will be different from them?
So basically after the construction, all the maintenance activities in this cavern would be through this operation shaft only. There are basically 5 LPG pumps, 2 for dedicated to the pipeline and 2 dedicated to the Mangalore LPG import facility, and 1 is in the spare. So all this pump maintenance will be through shaft only. All the through the casings we need to take out each pump, repair it, and then put it back. And all the equipments which we are putting in these casings, just for the level measurement, level alarms, and checking the levels of LPG there, and then the temperature, pressures, all those will be through these casings only, and we will be taking it out, and then after repair we have to put it back. And this is the only means of maintenance of the cavern. And above ground facility, it will be as it is, as the regular plants are there, but only for this shaft we have to take it out and we have to put it back. There is no other means by which we can there is very less maintenance basically. So the maintenance, it is almost called maintenance free, because spare pump is always there. So whatever the pump is under breakdown, we'll take it out and we'll put it back. So it is almost maintenance free. Only in construction there is a challenge. It is there, but after once it is commissioned, it will be a very easy task for us to maintain it.
So overall, it will be making lives of our people easier over here once you guys are done with this.
Yeah.
So that's it from my side. Thank you so much, Sanket. It was pleasure being here. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Kirti. I thank to you, PRCC team, and I also thank to my boss Ramanamurthy sir, our CGM sir, KSL sir, and the whole HQO team. I also thank our contractors, Mega Engineering, Mahati Infra, and our consultant, Engineers India Limited, for their wonderful support and the teamwork to complete this cavern and dedicate it to nation, because it will provide us the energy security to the nation as well, and it is a first of kind Make in India kind of project. All the parties involved here are Indian parties, and they are successfully completing this project. So yes, it is a great opportunity. Nice to meet you, and thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this episode of HP Unplugged Frontliners. Stay tuned for more such stories, for more such episodes where our frontliners, against all odds, are emerging victorious.